Do you all remember the '08 Titans when they went in the divisional round to play the Baltimore Ravens and their rookie quarterback Joe Flacco? That was a very good game, and it all came down to a Matt Stover field goal that won it for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, here I decided to give myself a bit of a Madden Recreation. So I edited the 2008 Titans roster and the Ravens roster as well, and I will show you later on. But damn, the Titans, let me just talk about the Titans for a bit. They were just such a good team that year, you know. Remember all the players they had, like Keith Bullock, Albert Hainsworth, Cortland Finnegan, Griffin, Chris Hope, and then they had that Collins White tandem and that amazing offensive line. And that magical season they just had with all those great players. As you see right now, Jeff Fisher was their coach, and everything looked good. You know, they went 13-3. You know, they were benching starters at the end of the year, beat Pittsburgh, and offense right there. I decided to pick Rex Ryan for no reason, and then the Titans just had such a great year, and then. You know, the Titans have just been nowhere ever since that '08 season. They've had some close seasons, but ever since nothing then. And the Baltimore Ravens, you know, they had Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, and, you know, Flacco was a rookie. They were a wild card team, pulled out a very impressive victory over the Miami Dolphins. And the Titans, you know, they just couldn't figure it out. You know, Collins had a great game, but just those turnovers. I remember watching that game back in '09. I'm a Giants fan, but that was a tough weekend because right after that our Giants lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. But this is a new series I have where I will be playing a game for the past 10 years and I will recreate it. So you remember in the photos earlier, it was a windy game, a 4 o'clock game, and right now. So let's go out on and play it as right there. You see Joe Flacco. But I just love playing as the '08 Titans, and I had to recreate this, but yeah, here we go.
We're here in Nashville for this AFC North versus AFC South matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Titans.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance along with Phil Simms. And Phil, looking down on that field, we got two teams that look like they're ready to go.
Well, they look the part.
So as you could tell from that intro, you can see Kerry Collins, and right now, you see I got Lendell White as the running back, Amard Hall as the fullback, but I got Chris Johnson. I got Justin Gage. I edited him as, what's his name? Anyways, Tavon Austin. Michael Roos at a 97 overall. Left guard, Eugene Amano and then Kevin Mawai, one of my favorite. What a beast of a center he was. He was just an absolute monster. I think he's one of the best centers of all time. Jake Scott at David Stewart, Vandenbaugh, Javon Curse, and then I recreated Albert Hainsworth. Some players I was just lazy and I just edited them and then, just made them. David Thornton, I just edited as Zach Brown. And he was a left linebacker. I put Keith Bullock, but in this game I just put him as a left linebacker, but here I moved him to a right. And Keith Bullock was one of my favorite linebackers of all time. I absolutely loved Keith Bullock. Cortland Finnegan, very good corner. And I made Alternative Verner, Nick Harper, and Michael Griffin, Chris Hope. I made Chris Hope, Matt Elam, Chris Hendrick. Chris Hope was a very good safety right there, as he is, a 92 overall. And then we go into the Ravens, DeJuan Landry, Joe Flacco, McGahee, LaRon McClain. I believe Lorenzo Neal was on their team that year. So I had Stedman Bailey as Mark Layden, Jared Gaither, Ben Grubbs, Jason Brown, good center, but that actually does look like Jason Brown, but I edited him as someone else. 90 overall. Right guard is Marshall Yonda. Right tackle Willie Anderson is Michael Orr. Trevor Haloti Nada is right end. Kelly Gregg, Jarrett Johnson. Then there you got Ray Lewis and Bart Scott. Do you remember Bart Scott? Played for the Ravens that season. Then you got Terrell Suggs right there. I think he made the Pro Bowl. Frank Walker. This is one thing I found that was wrong. I put Chris McAllister as a third string. So I went back and fixed that. And you got Ed Reed at a 99 overall rating. And then Matt Stover, who won the game for them. So we skipped a quick first down. Here comes a second down and 9. And Collins is going to take a, we're going to go for the handoff, and we hand it off right there to Chris Johnson. So here we go. We got a third down coming up right here. And here's like Greg Gumbel, who was the one who reported the game this game. Wow, did I just say this game? So Kerry Collins right here, 3rd and 6. I had nowhere to throw to, and I got sacked by Jarrett Johnson. So here we see Joe Flacco coming under the field, and you see his 2012 numbers, but I guess this is his rookie season. And we have right here, I am just moving all with this defense. Flacco is going to go ahead and hike the football, and he's going to find Willis McGahee and Chris Hope making a big time tackle. But Willis McGahee, as you can see right there, gets a first down. Okay, here we go. They get a first down again. I'm just moving. I'm going to be Keith Bullock as in this game, and they're just going to hand it off to McGahee. He shreds off one tackle, but Michael Griffin's the one to get him down. So here we go, a second down coming up right here. Joe Flacco is going to go ahead and stay in the pocket. Gets his snap from Jason Brown. Going to throw it right to McGahee. You do not want to throw it there as Keith Bullock is there. And here we go, a 3rd down and 13. This was a big play in this game right here. He went ahead, and Joe Flacco stepping out of the pocket looking for Mark Clayton. But Chris Hope is there with a big-time tackle. He injures Clayton on the play. And I just got so mad that I had to challenge this play. Because at first I thought it was our ball, You see, the ball does not... Chris Hope is a big-time hitter sometimes. Well, if you look him up on Google Images, he does not look like a very, hard, big, like, oh, you don't want to mess with me safety. But here he is right there, laying the smack down on Mark Clayton, but the review got upheld. So we have a first down right here. And as I was right there swapping around with Thornton, Willis McGahee getting tackled by Stephen Tulloch. I just skipped to the 3rd down and 5 coming up right here. As you can see, Flacco is right now looking through his audibles. He sees Keith Bullock is right there. He's going to go ahead and audible Flacco. Looking to Derek Mason. And I just blow that coverage right there as Nick Harper's the one to tackle him. Y'all remember Derek Mason back in his prime. He used to be a tight end. And for some reason, I think Brandon Tate was a wide receiver. I forget if he was even on the team back then. Who knows? Maybe I just made a mistake. And right here, I make a mistake right there. He almost gets into the end zone. And wow, he almost let up a touchdown right there. And sure enough, right here, 2nd and goal, they get a touchdown right there with Willis McGahee. Good job on that touchdown. So right here, 1st and 10 right here, we have Kerry Collins, Scaife Gage, and McCarron in the motion. Kerry Collins going to step back, going backwards, and he's going for Justin Gage on Ed Reed. But Ed Reed is the one to knock it down right there. And Ed Reed almost won Defensive Player of the Year. I believe James Harrison won it in 08. And then here we have, I saw Sizzle was not falling for it. He fell for the Chris Johnson run. Kerry Collins is a tough boy, right? Ed Reed getting the tackle on it. But 3rd and 6. So I saw the blitz coming. I thought maybe I could get up the hole with Lendell White. He's a tough back. But I switched it, and I went for Scaife. But Jim Leonard is right there to knock it down. Jim Leonard, I think, forced like 2 fumbles in that game, man. He was a beast in that. Here we go, 2nd down and 5 coming up right here. And we are all over the place right here. And he's about to go with a motion. He does something. Then he snaps it. Hand off to McGahee. McGahee is gone. Keith Bullock finally being the one to tackle him. And McGahee was someone that... Here we go, 2nd down and 4. This was a big play right here. Griffin, I read that. And right there, Nick Harper is the one to intercept it. What a beast. Or also known as Alternative Werner. Nick Harper, was not really seen. But I once did a franchise mode, and Nick Harper had 14 INTs. And then Kerry Collins right here going to take over on possession. And he's going to hand this ball off to Chris Johnson. And here goes Chris Johnson. He gets a gain of 8. Here we go right here. 3rd and inches. We're going to skip too. And right here we had all the receivers. We had Hawkins, don't know McKiernes, Justin Gage, and Brad Jones. And then we get Justin Gage. That was one thing about, and their receiving game wasn't too huge. They had everything else. But here we go, 3rd and 6 coming up right here. We have Lendell White in the backfield. I even got all his pounds and all that. He was a big-time running back. He had like 16 touchdowns that game, but he will be short McAllister. So 4th down and 2. This is a very stupid play. I can't believe I did this. Not that the decision was bad. So here we go. I see, and I dive for it. What was I thinking? And T Sizzle's the one to get me. He's mocking me, and I couldn't believe it. Here was one cool play before the end of the first quarter. Y'all remember the $100 million man? I know Redskins fans do. Albert Ainsworth making the big-time sack, and Albert Ainsworth, $100 million man, Redskins fan. I'm not a Redskins fan. I love when that happened. 3rd and 10 right here. We see Flacco is looking all over the place. He wants to look for Ray Rice. Todd Heap here, trying to do something. Let's see. I'm Keith Bullock. And they throw it right there, and someone gets injured. That was Javon Curse. But ignore that. He was better. So here we go. 2nd and 11 after a quick handoff to Chris Johnson. We had to go with the power back. And y'all remember Lendell White. As I was saying earlier, I think he had 15 touchdowns that season. And here we go. Kerry Collins looking to Lendell White. And I got everything through him. And he was a power back right there. You remember all the stuff. You can see I absolutely mastered how Lendell White looked. And then later on, here we go. 1st down 10. Kerry Collins dropping back. Look at this protection looking for Justin Gage, a.k.a. Tavon Austin. Right there, you see right tackle David Stewart. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. All their players were good. Kevin Mawai, Michael Roos, and David Stewart. But Collins right here dropping back. And here we got a touchdown right there to Bo Scaife, their tight end. And that was how they scored the touchdown. So next possession for the Ravens. 2nd and 5. Just wanted to show you this play right here. Flacco, not much right here. Just finds Todd Heap. Oh, but Stephen Tolika misses him, but Michael Griffin getting the big hit. So here we go. Another 1st down and 10 for Joe Flacco and the Ravens. And they had an alright season. I believe they went, as I said earlier, but the Titans, I think their one loss was to the Jets this year. And right here he finds Demetrius Williams, I believe that was. The Ravens, I believe they played the Titans earlier that year, and the score was the exact same. It was 13-10 in Baltimore on a sunny week, whatever day, early in the season, and the Titans won that game. And right here you see 2nd down 10. He finds a wide open McGahee, but someone gets injured. That's Nick Harper. Nick Harper did not look good, and as right here, Nick Harper, as I said earlier, I replaced him as I replaced Arthur Werner as Nick Harper, and here we go, 1st and 10, right here. Look at Keith Bullock making noise. This is why I love Keith Bullock. He was one of the most underrated linebackers. I mean, the dude made 1 Pro Bowl, but had 4 All-Pros, 1st team All-Pros. Dude was a flat-out monster. Remember when he blocked that field goal against Cincinnati? And right here, that's Ben Tate, or Ben Tate, yeah. I'm not sure if he was on the team that year, but here we see 3rd and 6 right here, and I'm with Keith Bullock. He's gonna go ahead and find Ray Rice. This was before Ray Rice had his Pro Bowl year. This was where he was behind McGahee, and his career was looking very good, and then he had that 2013 year where he had a very off year, and then his career gets even worse with that, wife thing, majig, and here we go on 1st and 10, Flacco. Oh, look at that hit he made. Ryan Mouton comes right there with a big hit. So 2nd down and 9 right here. They were streaking into the end zone. I remember this game, at one point, the Titans, they moved the ball, but what killed them were turnovers. They kept losing because, their defense played very well, but they lost the game because of turnovers, and that's what killed them. So pretty much in this part of the video, my Elgato started to screw up. There were a few plays that we missed earlier, and this game, like when I resumed this game, as you see earlier, it went back where the Ravens are leading the game 24-10, at least in this game. So what happened was the Ravens scored a field goal, and then defensive Chris McAllister comes out of nowhere, strips Kerry Collins, and Haloti Ngata scores a touchdown. And then later on, we get a field goal towards the end of the half, like right before the end of the half. And then Derek Mason has a beautiful back shoulder pass to score the touchdown. But sorry about this. I hope this does not happen again. And on with the video. So after that, we resumed the game, and as I told you earlier, the Ravens were leading this game, but Kerry Collins needs to get back in this game. He's under pressure and finds Bo Scaife for a beautiful game. Bo Scaife was the highest grade receiver in this. The Titans, as I said earlier, they have a big receiving game. Right there, you see Roos. Collins is under pressure, and this was a beautiful play by Justin Gage. Gets tackled by Ed Reed, and then one play later on, I was like, maybe we should just get it in. We have Kevin Moai as the center. This is a power team. And I find Algie, who this time does not fumble on Jim Leonard's helmet, if you know what I mean, and gets a touchdown. And so here we go. Later on in the game, it's 1st and 10. We need the ball back, or the Titans, you know, they were in this situation a lot in the real game. And this didn't really happen too much, and you see McGahee gets a big gain right there. The Titans played very sound on defense. They just didn't let Flacco, who just had a lot of incompletions. But as I said earlier, the famous BSSO, or Black Sports Online something, has the video highlights if you want to rewatch them. If you type in Titans vs. Ravens, or 08 Titans, you'll probably get that, you know. And there we go, we stopped them on 4th down, so as you can see. Then we get the ball back right as the start of the 4th quarter. Kerry Collins, and this was a nice play, I believe. Oh wait, no, never mind. I like how I can just go over, and then you see, you know, this offensive line. When I was playing in Madden, Michael Russo, who's in 97 overall in the Madden 10 ratings, and as you saw earlier, I did, as you see, Chris Johnson. You know, I made Mawai like a 97. I think he was in 95. I have no idea how I know this stuff. But here we go, 1st and 10. Collins finding Justin Gage for a 1st down right there. And we skip on later to a 2nd down and 10. Kerry Collins, looking for Scaife, but you see Jarrett Johnson is there. And this was when the Ravens defense was starting to get better. I don't know if it was at this peak. I think for Ed Reed had probably one of the best years, but they got more players later on. I think Suggs got better. You know, they got Ladarius Webb, and you know, on that defensive front, Ngata got better as well. So that team emerged, and then you know, Flacco got better, but we didn't convert as you saw earlier there. So here you see on a 3rd and 5, he just overthrows. I think that's Demetrius Williams. So they go ahead and punt the ball, and we just super sim it. And this was a great play right here. I forget. No, I meant to throw it to Johnson. You see, he's wide open, but I fake it and throw it to Scaife and McAllister, who I think had 2 sacks. And when I was not showing it, McAllister had 2 sacks, and that forced fumble to Ngata, as you didn't see, but I just described it. And here, Ray Lewis making some hits. I've played this type of game many times, and there was one game where Ray Lewis, who I just recreated, he was in Madden 13, but not. And here I throw to Lendell White, one of the best power backs, as I said. And what I really love is that looks like Lendell White, and you know, I guess he's used to be a 2nd down running back, like in USC. He was behind Reggie Bush. Yeah, that's right. And this play right here ended Kerry Collins' day. He goes out, so you know, VY, Vince Young, that is right, who, it was opposite. The reason why the Titans was Vince Young got injured in the 1st game. Didn't miss the entire year. He didn't like tear his ACL, so even if Collins had gotten injured, and you see Chris Johnson right here, getting a touchdown. What a beast. That was probably the best play. So we just skip on to their next possession right here, 2nd and 1 coming up. And as I was saying earlier, Jeff Fisher just said, we're going to put Kerry Collins. We're winning games with him. Why not? But Kerry Collins, even though he made the Pro Bowl, not a big factor. McGahee just got a 2-yard gain there. Here we go, 2nd down. And Keith but this was a big play that I did not see. I forgot about this. Michael Griffin lays the rock, and they're all Titans players there. And Joe Flacco recovers. This is the thing. Sometimes in Madden 13, there are 25. I can't recover fumbles, and there you see Keith Bullock doing some work. 7 tackles. What a beast. And there's Albert. So this was a crucial 3rd inches. We needed a stop. Not badly, I guess. The game was tied at this point. And I try to go in with hope, but he gets pancaked. And Ray Rice, who was the backup back then, gets tackled by Keith Bullock. So you see, 3rd and 10, we just skipped to. And, I knew we would stop them. I knew they wouldn't get the 1st down. You see everybody out, and they go ahead and throw to Rucker, and he tries to hurdle over someone, but Bullock making the tackle on him. So it's 4th and 3, and they ended up punting. So this was probably the best play of all time. I think you can already see it that I'm going with a screen. You see I got Scott, Stewart, and Mawai. Mawai makes that block right there. Stewart pushes Reed, and Johnson is off. He is off to the races. No one can catch him, not even Chris McAllister. And we are up 21 unanswered points. CJ2K, who was CJ2K the next year, breaks out for a huge run, and John Harbaugh is furious. And by the way, that's not can't edit the coach, but you got Munchak, who I believe was the defensive coordinator back then. You see Amano making it, and Jake Scott pushing it down there. And McAllister is a veteran. You just can't keep up with Chris Johnson. So Barones gets the field goal, and the Ravens, who had a 2-point lead, we are up in this one. And, excuse me, as I'm recording this video, you see Joe Flacco. He needs something right here. Looks for Toddy, and Bullock makes that tackle. And right here, there you go, 2nd down. I don't know why they had all their timeouts, but they decide to go ahead and and not call it. And Brandon Tate, who I don't even know, who was on the team back then. Someone look it up. I think he wasn't even in the league. For some reason, I put him in there. Who knows, maybe he was on the Ravens. Maybe he was like an undrafted player. And Todd Heap, can he go? No, that boy is too slow. He gets tackled by Finnegan. And here we go. Less than a minute to go in the 4th quarter. The Ravens need something. And they find Derek Mason. Oh, but he is short. Down to the 1-yard line. So after a Yonda false start, here they go. And they find that's Cedric Pierman. Cedric Pierman shaking hands with Chris Chester as he gets into the end zone. We need to block this. We did it, though. They got a touchdown. So Kerry Collins, Vince Young, or VY. Can he come up in the clutch? Finding Bo Scaife, who is back and gets it all the way to the 49. We call a timeout. And unlike the Ravens, we actually use their timeout. We got this beast of an offensive line. Look at Mawai, look at Bruce, working on Bark Scott. But we gotta hurry up. And here we go. VY taking snaps. And who's he gonna throw to? He's gonna go under and look for McCarron, but can't get anyone. And who's obviously edited, as you could see earlier, 19 seconds. Now we're not going to throw to Lendell White. You see Mr. Scaife, down to the 33-yard line. Bo Scaife, excuse me for a bit. VY now going to hand it off to Chris Johnson. Let's see what CJ, he trucked over. Who was that? I think that might have been Ray Lewis, yeah, that was Ray Lewis. And we just run down the clock. 3 seconds. This was for the game right here. The Ravens, they try to ice the kicker. We have no timeouts. It's all up to Barones, as he did for the Packers in Week 9. And he gets it. And you see Rob Barones, VY holding him. Jake Scott is doing something. And Rob Barones, as he did, I believe, a few times. Rest in peace, man, as if you don't know, the dude died in a car crash. But the man was an absolute beast of a kicker. Rob Barones, as he did many times. Vince Young, Kevin Mawai now walking onto the field. And you see what would be Jeff Fisher and what would see the Ravens and the Titans looking down on an ended season. You see Chris Johnson probably gets the player of the game right there. He didn't have a big game. I've played this game a few times, and I've had Chris Johnson have 300 yards one game, and as the play of the game happens right there. But that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you guys later. Bye.